Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. 2 8-year-olds die in house fire in Westmoreland. Indicom investigating 2 fatal police shooting in St. Catherine. And later in sports, Cavalier and Arnett Gardens to meet in high-profile Premier League this evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Here are the details. A fire has left 2 children dead in the Clarendon White House community of Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland. The children have been identified as 8-year-old Jamar Reed and 8-year-old Romaine Powell. They were both students of the New Hope Primary and Junior High School in the parish. Reports are that fire broke out shortly after midnight, prompting an immediate response from firefighters. Divisional Commander of the Westmoreland Fire Brigade, Neil Henry, confirmed the tragic incident.
The ruins of a house was seen by the crew surrounded by fire. Also, information gathered was that 2 8-year-old males were inside the house while it was on fire. Cooling down and salvaging operations commenced. At approximately 1:10 a.m., the crew discovered human remains on a burnt-out bed. The operation continued. At approximately 1:25 a.m., another human remain was discovered. At this time, it was acknowledged that these were the bodies of the 2 male children that were trapped in the house on fire.
A resident also recalled the fire, describing the tragic scene as it unfolded.
When he would come out here this morning, him see over this, my closest mother to live here. So I see one bright light over this side. So I said, no, I look and see this what, I'm letting our rubbish come like, but then all this light over there. So when you come and see bright fire, when you look and see a house on the fire, and he ball out and say, fire, see, him, G-man house a burn down. The house a burn down. It's not that thing just when you left here.
The children's mother is currently in police custody. Indicom is now investigating 2 separate police killings which happened in Spanish Town this morning. The first incident happened in Dallas Lane and the second in Twickenham Park, formerly known as Fisheries. It's also understood that residents blocked a section of the Spanish Town bypass in the vicinity of De La Vega City. We'll have more information in subsequent newscasts. The police have released the identities of the 2 people who were killed during a triple shooting in Boghole District, Clarendon last night. They are 69-year-old Tatlin Keane and 57-year-old Melbourne Wright. A third person has been hospitalized. The accused 41-year-old Elroy Fowler, a licensed farm holder, has turned himself over to the police. TVJ News understands that Mr. Fowler went to the home of Miss Keane when an argument developed. It's further understood that he left shortly but returned to the location where he opened gunfire on the 3 occupants of the home. He then drove his motorcycle to the Cave Valley Police Station in St. Anne where he surrendered. He was later escorted to the Chapelton Police Station where he is being held. A probe has been launched into a major gun and ammunition seizure at a wharf in Kingston. TVJ News was informed that more than 30 illegal guns and over 700 rounds of ammunition were seized yesterday during an operation. Our news center was also informed that the weapons and ammunition were intercepted in a shipment of barrels. It's not clear if anyone has been arrested in connection with the seizure. As the Christmas season approaches, law enforcement officials are sounding the alarm about a surge in robbery cases. In light of numerous incidents during this time of the year, police are cautioning the public to exercise heightened vigilance. Shamela Pullen reports.
Robberies tend to increase during the Christmas season. In addition to the increase in commerce, it's also a time when there's a myriad of entertainment events. It's why the police are encouraging citizens to be vigilant.
We want you to keep your mobile phone, your cash, and other valuables out of sight whilst in public spaces. If you withdraw large sums of cash from the bank or ABM, We ask that you secure the bulk of that cash before you go shopping, as you may never know who is watching or following you.
Another word of advice, refrain from carrying and openly displaying large amount of cash.
Do not leave laptops and other electronic devices on passenger seat of your car while same is left unattended. Walk facing oncoming traffic as you'll be able to better navigate. Always take the route that you know best, even if there may be shorter alternatives. Don't walk with the hands in pockets and try to keep both hands free.
Adults are advised to maintain close supervision of their children to prevent them from getting lost, particularly during this time of the year when traffic changes and congestion in shopping areas increase the risk of separation.
These changes, ladies and gentlemen, were made for the convenience of all persons who will traverse downtown Market District. And of course, these changes have been proven to be very effective and allowed for ease of access to all within the space.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced on Wednesday his satisfaction with the refurbishment of the St. Paul's Lane housing development. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Mr. Holness highlighted that the area's previous struggles with access to clean water and proper sewage systems were key factors in the development enhancements.
They went and occupied a building where there was no roof. Some didn't have proper bathroom facilities. The West Central St. Andrew Trust decided that we would pay rental for about, I don't recall, maybe 8 or 9 of the families who gave up their homes or whose house was destroyed by fire. And the rest found a space with existing family members, or as I said, they occupied really substandard conditions in makeshift shelters. We could not put on, the on-site septic tanks and so forth. So we had to get connected to a sewer main. That connection delayed the project for some time. Luckily, we weren't too far away from a sewer connection. So with some ingenious engineering, we managed to go across a gully, connect onto a road, and we are now into the sewage line in 3 miles. Okay, we have solved the sewage issue.
A number of contracts were signed for road rehabilitation in St. Mary recently. Mayor of Port Maria Fitzroy Wilson says the corporation is trying to pave the way for work to be done for Christmas and into the new year. Mayor Wilson is also calling for better partnership between the corporation and contractors in getting the work complete.
Because try as we may, and we might get all these resources and put them together, and the contractors don't do a good job, it will reflect badly not only on your contracting firm, but it will also reflect badly on the reputation of the municipal corporation and its staff. So we stress more than everything the high quality of work that is expected. And I know that I will be speaking to the converted, because I have no doubt that having been selected, read the bidding system, you would be, their contracting firm would be of high standard.
It's time for a break. Stay with us, more local stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. Residents of Bath in St. Thomas are living in fear. They say during the passage of Hurricane Beryl, a groin that was in place to separate 2 rivers was washed away, causing the land to erode.
You have the Plantain Garden River and the Island River. But now the river changed its course because the plantain guard, the river supposed to be over that side where you see all of those land. But it's not going over there anymore. It's pushing over into island. So the two river come meet in one now.
All of there so was land. See Aki tree lay down in the water. The whole of the ground are tear away. We not sleep at night time. Once the rain start fall hard, we have to sit up and watch the water.
They are calling on their political representatives to intervene.
We see nobody represent this era come around. You understand? If they even come, they might come at night when people sleeping, like, you know, like cricket or something like that. But people need to represent their era if they, for some one reason. We don't only want the people when voting time and people just come around and think like, who there for represent the people?
It's now time for the Business Minute. The Bank of Jamaica is reporting that its net profits climbed to $20.54 billion as at the end of November. Its assets for the period increased to $1.15 trillion. This was due to the surge in its foreign assets to $863.34 billion last month, up from the $733.2 billion in November 2023. The bank's local assets for the period dipped from $295.1 billion in November to $279.56 billion this year. Further afield, Meta has made a $1 million donation to President-elect Donald Trump's inaugural fund. The donation comes just 2 weeks after Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg met with Trump privately at Mar-a-Lago. It's a big pivot from nearly 4 years ago when Meta banned Trump from its platform after the January 6, 2021 insurrection. Trump previously accused Zuckerberg of plotting against him in the 2020 election and has called Meta-owned Facebook, quote, an enemy of the people. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Jamila Maitland for TVJ News. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, Haiti's Toussaint-Louverture International Airport reopened on Wednesday, 1 month after being closed due to gang violence that targeted commercial aircraft. This marks a critical step for Haiti's economy, restoring international connectivity. However, no flights or passengers were reported, and several airlines, including American Airlines and Spirit Airlines, have cancelled the flights. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration had restricted flights due to escalating gang violence since the 2021 assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. Increased security measures, including enhanced patrols and checkpoints, have been implemented around the airport. On the international scene, U.S. President Joe Biden issued 39 pardons and commuted nearly 1,500 sentences, marking the most acts of presidential clemency in a single day. Those pardoned had non-violent convictions, including drug offenses, and had shown successful rehabilitation. The commutations focused on individuals placed in home confinement during the COVID-19 pandemic, with some facing excessive sentences. This move followed a controversial pardon of his son Hunter earlier this month. Biden has granted fewer clemencies compared to other modern presidents, with Donald Trump issuing 237 during his first term. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Hal Shaneberg.
And we head to another break. When we come back, we'll have your Midday Sports Report.